not perfectly clean, but clean enough. Somebody asked me a while ago if I was going to get performance tires. Here they are, 200 tread wear, summer tire, DOT approved. It's from Tire Streets. It's the Accelera 651 Sport. Got them mounted, but I still have a few more things to do, mainly the front brakes. So you guys watched the video of me doing the rear sway bar. However, I wasn't able to get the front sway bar done, mainly because it was going to take too long for me to do it and I wouldn't have been ready for the track day. Didn't want that to happen, so we ultimately decided against it for now, and I'm going to do it after the track day. However, brakes have to be up par to you know, do a track day, otherwise you're not going to stop when you're pushing the car. These are grooved. You can't tell on camera, but they're grooved. I mean, they're grooved all the way from here down, and there's barely any pad life left, which makes sense because I think these pads and these rotors have gone to 2 track days and 1 or 2 autocross. I can't remember how many. So it's time for them to go. However, because I'm waiting last minute, I don't have the rotors, and nobody has slotted only. Well, one company does. Well, actually 3 company do. EBC, StopTech, and a company called SP Performance. SP Performance was the best priced, but I wouldn't have gotten them until Sunday, and the track day's on Sunday. Yeah, I know. Don't wait last minute. I get it. However, PowerStop had some that were slotted and drilled. I don't like drilled. Every time I've had drilled, they've always cracked. Every time I looked at cars that had drilled rotors, they're always cracked. Even on supercars, I've seen the cracks come from the holes. And that's just even with just maybe 1 heat cycle of a track day. I don't like drilled. However, these were the quickest ones I could get by this Thursday to get them installed. Right now it's Tuesday, so I have 2 more days before they come. Worst case scenario, they'll be here Friday. But while I wait, I do need to replace these bleed nipples because the covers were lost a long time ago and they are seized. I can no longer properly bleed the brakes. Obviously, I've had these pads actually since the previous track day I did last year, because I thought I was going to use them, but I ended up not using them. So they are EBC blues, so I will be using these with the power stops. So I am lucky I do have those. However, I do have to wait on the rotors a few more days, but regardless, we should be pretty good to go. I'm dreading that I have to take these off, just because if I do, I might end up needing to bleed again, maybe, possibly. Technically, we're not introducing air into the system, but yeah. So that's the next fun part. As for the new bleeders, I got Ray Besto's bleeders. They come in, I believe, a 10 pack. Picking up from Summit, but they're available everywhere. Well, they're available a lot of places, but Summit's where I picked them up. I'm hoping they're the right size. They should be, because I specifically ordered them for the Genesis with the Brembos. So we'll see if it actually is the right size. I can tell you this nut portion is not the same, but let's see if the threads are. So the stock ones are a 11 mil. God, that feels awful. And the Ray Bestos are a 10 mil. So I'm gonna see if that also translates to the threads not being, man, I'm pretty sure that's not right. Oh, I was wrong. It is right. Sweet. At least that's one thing. Well, I'm glad that was accurate. I'm curious though. I think that nip. So I ordered these Wheelwood cover caps, but they're small, and they definitely didn't fit the ones that were on here already. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna fit these either. And the problem is you don't have like, I was trying to get Wheelwell because I thought they would be a better company that can hold. Oh man, was I wrong? Is that gonna work? That might actually work. Well, kudos to Ray Bestos and Wheelwood. Theirs worked. The ones that were on here did not work. Just wanna try to not let that brake fluid sit on here. Well, as you can see, it got pretty rusty. I really wish companies would use a better material than just regular steel that rusts. I mean, is it too much to ask? I don't think so. Somebody will argue with me to say it is, but I don't think. Listen, I know there are there are titanium ones. I'm not paying titanium prices. If somebody makes those prices better, then sure. And as much as I'd love to get the titaniums, because I'm sure they will last better than this stuff, I really don't wanna. I mean, it's literally like, these were 13 bucks, which I get it, it's steel, it's cheap, but titanium's like $100 something. And you're out of your mind. It's like, they're bleed nipples. Like, yes, yeah, but you just said you don't want them to rust. I don't. That also doesn't mean I want them to cost fucking insane amount of money. I think this is the one that clogged up actually. I think the outer was okay, the inner was bad. But since we're already here, I'm gonna do both. And then repeat on the other side. Now, why am I doing the bleeders now? Well, just in case something happens at the track, I wanna make sure we have good bleeders we're dealing with, because that would be an awful time if the bleeders were in fact no good. Man, for a second I was disappointed about these. And then Ray Bestos comes in clutch, and it ends up somewhat working. Friday evening, the orders came in, and here's hoping we can get them on without any drama, because we got 2 days and I'm busy. That's why we're doing this in the evening, because I was busy today. So let's hope everything comes off the way it needs to. right tool to push these pistons back. But my buddy dropped this off. Interesting tool, but it's supposed to fit in between here. Allow a little bit of, to get the pistons equally pushed out, since these are multi-piston calipers. It's kind of hard to do with a normal tool, and my other tool that I love doesn't fit in here. It's too big. Although sure enough, this is working. Well, at least something's working. Punches are, so I'm going to try to use this to see if that works. Oh man. Ah, thank you. They had some more pad life in them. But I don't think they would have lasted the track day. So they weren't fully gone, but definitely by the time that half the track day was done, they would have probably been over with. I already had this set because I thought I was going to replace it before the Autobahn last year. However, I didn't end up doing that, which is fine because now I have pads. Not enough. These do seem a little different design than the old ones. Nope, never mind. It's just that's how much wear. Look how thick that groove is, and pretty much how much groove there is. Two of them. Here it's non-existent. So yeah, it's tough. It's like these like retainers. My 4Runner also has 4-piston calipers just like this on the front, and honestly I think they have a better design, but you know, that's just me. Or let me rephrase that, better retainer design compared to this. Theirs has like a clip you put, you don't, yeah, it's weird, but it's so much better. It just works easier. It doesn't get stuck. Like I took off stock 1997 4-piston calipers and everything came off just like it should have. So, you know, I'm not saying, but I'm saying that one was having a little bit of a harder time going in, so I did that one first. There's not really, I don't think there's a way to do these in a easy fashion, but since that one was having a little bit of hard time, I went with this one. right, those are in. Well, I'm gonna do the other side off camera. Same process. I'm not gonna forget this bracket. Although, how tired I am, I wouldn't be surprised. Since this is a track day, I do a fresh oil change every time. Because I want to make sure the car is properly lubricated while I'm beating it up. And I definitely go pretty crazy with this car when I'm on the track. I absolutely love this oil funnel. It's exactly like the coolant one. I think I mentioned this before, but you twist on the provided proper, I guess, cap, and then you put this over, and it has a close feature so you don't get anything accidentally in. You can crack it open and give it a little allowed airflow, so you can let it fully or drain as much as possible. Here's a controversial argument. Let's do it. I'm doing it right now. I'm making everybody argue. Yep, I'm using 5W20. I know. But wait, that's not right. You're supposed to use 0W20. That's per manufacturer. Yeah, it is. However, the Ultra stuff, Ultra Platinum from Penzo, you can't get 0W20 right now without paying like $100, which is not something I'm gonna do. And obviously I really beat up my car, so I'm going with the Ultra. It is tested one of the best outside of Amsoil, and Amsoil is even way more than this. But you'll see here, there's a section here. I don't know where I'm gonna find it. I don't want to read everything, but it says that it's the same. It is the same. What's the word I'm looking at? Same protection as 0W20. So if you can't get 0W20, you can use the 5W20. You'll be perfectly fine. I know everybody's gonna lose their mind, but you're gonna mess up your engine not following the instructions. Nope. I'm not going like an extreme difference, but you can go an extreme difference. For instance, let's say somebody would to turbocharge this engine, which you can. You're probably going to increase the weight of the oil because the turbo is going to add more heat, and the turbo itself needs to be lubricated on top of that, and that has a lot of heat. So sticking with a 0W20 might not necessarily be the smart way to go, especially when you're adding a turbo to a system that wasn't set up to have a turbo, right? It is very possible. I don't know if the new Type R uses 0W20. It's very possible. However, that car was designed, engineered to have a turbo and run that type of oil. That being said, that doesn't mean you shouldn't run something thicker or something heavier, even in that car when you're tracking it. Obviously this is not a track car. I've always said this. Right now I'm taking this on the track, but this is not meant to be a track car. This is a daily that I can do spirited driving with. But at the end of the day, going a little heavier doesn't actually run the car. And like I said, even Penzo says this gives you the same protection, 0W20. So if you can't get 0W20, pick this up. Or at least that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick this up. You don't have to. I don't recommend you doing anything I do, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna prove that nothing happens to my car. Here's another controversial one. I'm not using an OEM filter. Oh man. That's another thing I've noticed online people argue about. Oh, you should definitely use OEM. Nope. I've used the OEM on this car, well, technically twice, because I had 2 free oil changes from Honda when I bought the car. But then there was one other time that Wix wasn't available, and I've been liking Wix lately, so I had to use a Honda. But outside of that, that was the only reason. I didn't have to use a Honda. I could have used like Wheelwell 1 or whatever. But the only reason I used the Honda is because they didn't have any of the ones I would want to use except Fram, and I'm not using Fram. But yeah, that's another controversial one. Tell me how you feel about using the wrong oil and not an OE filter.
I mean, you roll the car up, you get out, or whatever, and you just roll it back.
Yeah, that's true, man. I'm not too worried about it. It's nice though. Well, this was unexpected. We've been talking about trailers for a while, and then all of a sudden this guy's like, I'm buying a trailer. So here we are. We're buying a trailer right before the track day, literally the day before. Tomorrow's track day, today we're picking up a trailer. Yeah, it's good, man. It's enough to throw in some ratchet straps in there, maybe some other things.
That's a battery or something.
Maybe it goes on that stand right there.
No, I mean, there should be a... I don't know where it goes.
But it looks good.
Those are where we hook up in the front. The rear...
We'll figure it out. Well, because we have these. We have these. So it should work.
That's pretty good if you want to move up a little bit more.
There we go. Bought a new trailer. Car's up. Tomorrow's the day. This car works fine, but just in case obviously something happened. Right now we had to do this because the trailer wanted to go downwards as soon as the car up, and when it did that, it made this like little lip here hit the front bumper to the point where it would have damaged the front bumper. So it was either take off the front bumper or prevent it from dropping down a little bit, and that worked. So right now that's the method. We'll figure something else out, but there it is. There it is, dude. Hey, a Ford towing a Ford. Oh, you mean like if it should be a little bit more forward? No, definitely not more back.